Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and I am here today to be giving you a little lesson on this program I found called GeoGebra. And it's a real easy program that you can download for free online. It really helps you graph and understand triangles and lines a lot easier. And it can do much more, but today's tutorial will be just on the basics of understanding GeoGebra. So first, what you're going to want to do is download it, and let me just get out of this one here. Once you download it and you open it, this will come up. And the first most basic thing that you need to understand about GeoGebra is how to plot a point. So what you want to go here to is point and click that. Once you click it, you can click to anywhere on the graph and a point will come up, and a corresponding point, exact point, will come up on the left sidebar here, corresponding with the letter. Now, once you've done that, that's simple. You've just created a point on GeoGebra. It may sound very daunting, but it's not really that hard. Next is creating points using coordinates. So if you didn't want to do this point version I showed you and you wanted an exact point, you would go down to input over here and you would hit brackets. And once you do brackets, this little green brackets will come up, and then you can type in your points 2, 4 or whatever you really want. It doesn't matter. So maybe I want 5, 6 or 7, 8, and it doesn't matter, and it'll come up and it'll have a corresponding line to it. One thing I should mention is if you go to this move area here, you can really just move up and down your entire graph, so it's a lot easier to see. But we'll get into more about those kind of things later. Next is you're going to want to be able to draw a line through 2 points. So what you're going to do here is you're going to go to GeoGebra. You're going to have your points here, point A and point B. You're going to go right next to point, there's an area called line. You want to go to that little drop box triangle down here and click segment. And once you have a segment, you're going to click between the 2 points you want to draw a line of. So A and B. That's the line. And as you can see here, you can see the segment A, the A here. That's the distance between point A and B. So this automatically gives you the segment length of A and B. So next, what you want to do is you want to be able to draw a line through 1 point. So what you're going to do is you are going to go where we were before, segment, but change it to line. And now select wherever you want your line to start. So maybe I want to add 2, 2. And I click it there, and then this line appears, and I can drag it around however I want to be able to form a line. So maybe I want it, intersecting with 5 and 3, and now that's my line, and it gives you a formula here. And I'll get into more about formulas in a second and how to change them around, but this is the basic idea of how to create a line. It's only just 1 point. So next, what we'll be doing is drawing a line through a function. Now, if you're using GeoGebra like this, you're most familiar with the gradient intercept form, and this is the easiest way to draw a line. So what you want to go to is back down to this input bar here and click and fill in the gradient intercept formula you want for the line. So for example, you want the formula y equals 5x plus 2, and then a line pops up, and that's your line. And then you can go to any point on the line and they will label it on for you down here. So again, if you want, it really depends on the formula you want. So you want y 1x plus negative 25, yeah, done. You have a I did this wrong, minus 25, and there you go, there's a line. And you can see this by, if you back out a lot, which I'll show you how to back out, you can see my line that I've had drawn here. So now that we've covered drawing lines, you should be able to change the viewing window as I just did. How do you change the viewing window? Easiest way is to go onto your keyboard and hold the control button, and if you want to enlarge the screen, you click plus. So you can the more you click plus, the more it zooms. And as you can see, the scale of the X and Y axis are changing. If you want to go back, you hold control and you click the minus button. So it's going back. That was easy enough. So next step, if you have a line and you want to change the thickness of the line. So let's go back to the point here. I have 2 points. We've made a segment line. Okay. Now we have a line. Now what you want to do there is you want to right click on the line. If you want to change the trace on, it's an easy little thing here that you can do once you go. So you want to right click on the line and go to object properties. Let it load up, and now this is just basic information. You can have the line name, value, and adjust it how you want. You can change the title of the line. It doesn't really matter. And you can, show tracing and fix the object, but we don't really want to do that. You can also change the color of the line here if you want blue, red, yellow. It doesn't matter. It's every color of the rainbows here. Style, you can see right here the thickness of the line. So as you can see, by adjusting it on this scale, I'm controlling how thick the line is. If I put it to 13, it's very thick and very visible. If I put it down to 1, it's not as thick and it starts losing visibility. And also you can change the opacity of the line by this here. And as you can see, the higher opacity it has, the more visible it is. And this basically just means how clear the line is and how transparent it is. So that's how you adjust your line once you have a line. So the next step is being able to adjust points, and I think this is very important. So you have your points here, or your line, or whatever. Or, okay, let's have a point in a line. This is just basic renaming. So once you have this here, you can right click on any point you want and hit rename, and rename it to maybe Friday. You have point Friday here, and it comes up there. And this could be point Monday. It just doesn't matter. You can just for labeling purposes, and then it'll change the corresponding point here too. And same thing goes for lines. If you want to have a segment between Friday and Monday, and you wanted to rename the line, school, or there you go. Line school is here, and that's 7.02 length. That's the length of the line. If you want to change the color of the line, you just right click on it, object properties, advanced, style, color and style will be the big ones, where you could change the thickness, opacity, style, and color. And this also applies to the point, where you can right click a point and go to object properties, and again be able to adjust the size and color. And these are really just a cosmetic side of the being able to graph. So next, what you have here is being able to copy this to the clipboard. Now this is pretty easy. So let's not get too fancy here. So I have 2 points and I have a line. I'll do a triangle, since that's going to be our next mini topic. So I'll make this one a little 2-in-1 here. So when you want to try to make a triangle, the easiest thing to do is have 3 points in the somewhat shape of a triangle, and connect the point with the segment bar that I showed you before up there. Now you have a triangle, and as you can see, it has the corresponding line lengths to the corresponding point. So segment A is 7.31, segment B is 1.76. This is really easy here. And there you go. Now say this is just how you draw a triangle. There's another way where you go to polygons over here, and you click it and you drag it around, and you create a triangle. But that's a harder way. This requires a little more practice. The easiest way is what I just showed you right here. Now you've created a triangle. Now the easiest way to copy this to the clipboard, so if you had a project or something, you could copy it in for math, is to first of all use the program Paint. You want to have Paint open, so all computers who have this. So you just go to the Windows thing here, type in Paint, and it should come up right there. Now what you want to do is, on your desktop, look for the keypad, the key Print Screen. It might say Print Screen or PRNT and have some abbreviation for Print Screen. It should be on the top right hand side. And so once you click it, it'll take a screenshot of your screen. Then you want to go to Paint over here and paste the image you just took onto the screen. There you go. This is what we just took. And so now once you have this, what you want to going to do is to select what you want. So if I want this much, I click it and I click copy, and then I go to my Word document I have here and I pasted it. And that's the line. This is what I have from here. And I just put it into a Word document. Now if you wanted to adjust the scale, you could maybe you only wanted that point, and then you could just again print screen, go to paint, and now see this is the screenshot we have of this, and we wanted, for some reason we wanted point C, and then we copy and pasted that there, and now this was the screenshot we took of point C. So not that we would really want to do that, but it just shows you it's really flexible in what you can do. So next I want to get into finding the midpoint of a line. Okay, so what we have here is, let me just get out of this stuff, is when you have 2 points, A and B, we have a line, well okay, I guess C and B now, a little mistake on my part, but line C and B, let me just delete A, there we go. C and B is your line. So now if you want to find the midpoint, you go to the drag down box of the point section and go to midpoint or center. And once you have this, you can click on the 2 points you want to find the midpoint of, and boom, there you go. The midpoint is A. Right here. So A, I'm just going to relabel this to stop confusion. I'll go MD. So you can see here, MD is the midpoint, or the spot between these two lines where it's the middle. And that's really, really easy to do. Next, as I showed you how to make a triangle, there's only 2 more things we should be able to cover here for your basics. And that the first one of these 2 would be being able to measure the angle of triangle. So now you have your triangle, which I just deleted, but it's okay, I'll make a new triangle. You have your triangle here. Triangle, 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 with each corresponding segment ready to go. Now if you want to find the angle of a triangle, you go all the way down here to angle, you click it, make sure it's on angle and nothing else, and you click between the points you want to find the angle of. And you can adjust it. You see I have it here where I can adjust, okay, outside. I want the outside. Now, if I wanted, what's the angle of this? And that's, okay, that's 288 degrees, that exterior angle. And if I didn't want that exterior angle and I wanted just this angle here, I would be able to change it to have a fixed line there. If you wanted the interior, you would practically draw the line right there. There. And now that would be the interior angle. You can't, it's kind of blocking, but you can see here angle alpha here between C and B is 63.49. That's how you find the angle of a triangle. Lastly is how to find the equation for intersecting lines. And as I said before, I get into how to find the equation of lines. So I'll do that here real quick. So what you're going to do, okay, you have your line, segment, really repetitive stuff here. It's really simple. Now once you have your line, you want to go to perpendicular line here, drop down box, to perpendicular bisector. Then you're going to choose your 2 points you want, and boom, you have a line. Now this is the intersecting line you have right here. This is where it's intersecting this, between all these points. I can zoom out a bit and show you what it looks like. But yeah, these are the intersecting points. Now as you can see here, the formula for the line came up, and this is a little confusing formula. This is, it's more of a general standard form, but if you wanted to have a real formula for it, you want to right click on the line and click right here. Equation y equals mx plus b, which is the slope intercept form, which is the easiest form to understand. Once you click it, it changes. Boom, there you go. That's the, yeah, you can change it into standard form and back to slope intercept, and it changes the formula. So overall, guys, this was just a basic video of how to use GeoGebra, and I hope you really enjoyed it, and I can help you out, and I just hope you use it. It's really helpful. Thank you.